there's a big difference in how they perform compared to their peers who get really tired and worn out after a whole day of competing. So we've been really happy with how the kids have been doing with them.
Perfect. Thanks. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions as we go, we would love to hear from you guys. So I think that it's always important to just kind of really quickly here cover a little bit about Shaklee. And if you can't see the slides, I'm just going to kind of talk through this here really fast. But Shaklee is the #1 natural nutritional company in the United States, and it was actually started back in 1915. They had the very first supplement, which is a vitalized minerals that Dr. Shaklee came out with. But it's very exciting to see throughout the years of how they've actually been the pioneers of many products we see today, everything from biodegradable, non-toxic cleaning products to immunity products, weight loss, healthy home, everything from cellular level, working with resveratrol products and joint health. And as you still see today, a lot of these products actually stem from where some of our sports nutrition comes from. So, this will be kind of, again, interesting, I think, for you all to hear just the fact that there's so much behind this, that it's not a trend, it's not a fad, and there is so much that, again, has been built throughout the years. And again, we're going to kind of just walk through some of this here, but if you could see this slide, it has lots of fun faces of kids using Shaklee products, and just love to see everything from, our skincare to, energy chews to life shakes, and just, even using the protein to cook with, which we're going to talk a little bit to, maybe some recipe ideas. But we have, luckily, a couple guest speakers that maybe if they'd like to share. I don't know who wants to go first. Audrey looks ready. So, Audrey, all you.
Okay. My favorite ones are the Hydrate and the Vitamin.
Orange Hydrate, perfect. How about you, Emmy?
What's your favorite?
The tea.
The tea and the snack bars. You like the toffee one, and you like the you always take one to gymnastics. And the what? And the coconut.
That's one of my favorites too. Perfect. Well, again, it's fun to just, always kind of hear of how, we have products that are safe for everyone at all ages. So, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing, girls. And we all kind of have active kids. And I think we probably, between the three of us, have every sport covered almost. So we definitely get a lot of Shaklee products, lots of different areas. So very quickly here, just mentioning a little bit more about Shaklee. And it's important to understand, why is it different? And, again, we'll talk about the products, but also from the fact that they have done more research than anybody else in the world on supplements from a landmark standpoint of a long-term study. And what they have found, this was a 20-year study, that people basically that use Shaklee supplements for more than 20 years have markedly better health than people that use no supplements and people that use store brand supplements. So some of the statistics here, everything from heart health to brain health to biological stress, some of the main things we see that affect health long-term have all been decreased by using Shaklee. And something else that's very important to note too is that all Shaklee products are patented. So you will not see them anywhere else. So there is nothing else like them. And they also have many of the papers are published in peer-reviewed medical. So that also is very unique. And you'll see on this next slide here, it's, also showing too that Shaklee is used at all extremes, not just for us and, everyday athletes, to our kids, but even to all the way to the Olympics and in space. So you'll see here just a couple of fun, fun pictures. And, Tara's here with the astronauts on one of the pictures. We got to meet them. Yay.
Yay.
And our family's down there with Eli Bramer. He was at the incentive trip we were on in Mexico. And just, these are real people, yet they're at the top level of what we need to be looking at for performance. So I think that, it's a really good thing to see that it doesn't matter. These products are used at this level all the way for us, even if we're not competing and we're trying to perform to our max. It still is a very big benefit and blessing that we can all use them. This is just a list if you guys are into the Winter Games. There's several people that are still competing right now, and I don't know if anybody's following them, but you guys probably remember some of the names. But who's won gold? Do you guys remember? There was some.
The hockey girls.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, the hockey girls. What about the curling men?
Yeah, two of the men were Shaklee pure performance athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're doing pretty well.
The snowboarders,
Oh, snowboarding. Which one? Who is it?
Shaun
Wait, does
Shaun
she-
White.
What?
Not that are listed.
Yeah, he's not a Shackley guy though.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
but he's good.
Gold. One gold. I don't know what he takes.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's funny. But again, it is kind of cool to see though that in all different sports of the Olympics, there are many, many Shackley athletes that are not actually they don't pay their athletes. It's just a matter of that people use our products because they know they work, and it's very interesting too. We're going to look at kind of the 4 areas of fueling your workout. From energizing to hydrating to building to recovery. And again, I don't know what level of, modes of activity you guys do, but we're just going to kind of talk from lots of different perspectives here. So, again, I want everybody to know that there is options. Even if you are not using these, even specifically workout, we use these products for other reasons too. So, just kind of looking at here, our first slide, what are some of the challenges we see today? Whether you work out or you're just active, I think that some of these things that we really need to be careful of is, dehydration. If you guys are all in West Michigan, we don't have to worry about heat exhaustion usually so much right now, but eventually it should come back. Fatigue, poor recovery, sore muscles, immunity challenge, unhealthy snacks, and safe products that are really hard to come by. And when we look at why we need to look at some of these supplement options, it's very interesting how it's been proven today that 9 out of 10 Americans fall short of nutrients in their diet. So, there is no reason that, we can't eat the perfect diet, and there is no way of getting around that. So that is why supplementation is so extremely important. And even when we just did a call with one of the Olympians a couple weeks ago, and somebody asked the question of what is your number one product that you recommend to the athletes? And he basically said a multivitamin, that everybody should be on a multivitamin. And I think that that's very good advice because of the fact, again, we need to at least cover our basis for all of our nutrients. And it's very cool that we have options for everybody. So from, children's to adults to elderly, there are different needs at each level. And that's also why there are so many different product options. So we have everything from just our kids' chewables to, some great strip options, which are way more comprehensive. And if you see the picture here, it just shows a ton of different vitamins and minerals that come from different foods. And we would have to eat all of those foods in order to get those nutrients of what's available in one strip. So again, this is basically nature, but yet it's scientifically proven to help cover everything we need for our basis. So everybody should be on a multivitamin. And we're happy to help give you guys some guidance here at the end too, if you need some help figuring out where to start here. Now, if we look at before a workout, what is something that's very important? A lot of times people that work out maybe early morning or, after work, they're tired. We need something to help with giving us a little extra energy. And Energize was developed specifically for that purpose. It's an excellent way to help boost, but not create that, like those energy shots and things will make you jittery and you won't be able to sleep. And this is an even energy, and it comes from using coffee bean extract, and it helps to sustain your energy. So again, even if you're just needing a little pick-me-up, this is a great option. It's 0 calories, so it's not something that, if you're also trying to watch your weight, that it's going to be, providing a lot of extra calories. It's, again, an excellent product. It's not very strong flavored. It's in lemon, lime, and orange. It's very mild in flavor, but it definitely works. Great product to have for energy. Now, I think it was Emmy that mentioned the tea. She loves the tea. So, we love to mix that actually with our tea, our pomegranate or green tea. And that is just another way to have a little energy boost and also to help with hydration. But it also has some, again, side benefits to it and not side effects. And that's what we're really trying to look at is, we want products that are helping to build us up and not tear us down, especially, again, if you're looking at it from a workout perspective, you need everything you can get. So another area we focus on with the energy option is our energy cues. And I know our kids are a big fan of these, especially like before an event. And again, this is another way to help give that little extra boost, but this one does have calories in it, but it does not have, if you see there on the page here, anything artificial like the colors, the flavors, the sweeteners, preservatives. It's not high sugar. It's not high calorie. It actually has B vitamins, and the caffeine source comes from green tea. So using 2 of these chews is equivalent to a cup of coffee. So, it's really not again, anything to be concerned about being addicted to. It's just we use this when you need a boost. And I even have, some college kids that use this before a test. They need that extra brain power to improve blood flow to the brain. There's other purposes for these too. And when you look at a cost comparison, this is also very important to know. People think that this is super expensive, and it really is not when you look at other products that are out there today. And you can see here, it's about $1.78 if you're using 2 chews per serving. But if you look at some of the popular drinks out there, your Red Bulls, your Monsters, I think are probably your 2 most popular ones there. Generally it's going to be somewhere in the range of $2 per drink. And it's not giving you any nutrition compared to what you're getting with using the energy chews, as far as having the, the extra amino acids, the vitamins, the minerals, but without any of the artificial things in there included. And it's only 45 calories too, compared to a lot of the energy drinks. I've seen them anywhere from 100 calories up to 300 calories. So again, that is not necessary when you're looking at what the purpose is of an energy drink. We look at our next one here, which is during your workout. This is called there's 2 options. There's a hydrate and there's a hydrate plus. So when you work out, or even just when you sweat, you lose electrolytes. So you need to look at finding ways to replace your sodium and potassium. And even a little bit of dehydration is going to affect performance. So we need to make sure that we are covering our basis of adding electrolytes. Water does not have electrolytes. So unfortunately, no, we can't just get by with just drinking water. And if you're in any type of sport that involves endurance, if you're even a little bit dehydrated, your performance will be affected. So this is key to using during. And again, there's 2 different options. There's a stick option, which is going to be a 5-calorie, very low calorie. It actually uses coconut powder is their main source for the electrolytes in that. And then there's the Hydrate Plus, which if you saw at the beginning there, we showed the astronauts. And this was actually originally developed for NASA to helping when they come out of space. And I think the Hydrate Plus has been used in the Olympics now for many years, but this is going to be sugar combinations of using different sugars to help create what's called an OptiBlend system. So it helps with staying in your system for a longer period of time, but it works much better than using a straight carbohydrate source. So using the hydrate. Yep.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry. Back about the chews.
Yeah.
And you said the energy chews.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chewing 2 of those is like a cup of coffee.
Correct.
Can it raise your heart rate if you also have coffee too? Is it bad for you to do too many chews?
It all depends on how you're affected. It doesn't affect you the same way as coffee does. It won't cause that spike. But, if you drink a cup of coffee and have those, I'd probably be a little bit careful, because you don't know if that is too much caffeine for your body at one time. Now, I know some people, they can have a cup of coffee before they go to bed and they don't notice anything, where I don't know about anybody else here, but if I have a cup of coffee before I go to bed, I'll be up for probably 2 days. So I can't handle that much caffeine. So I think a lot of it is, independent too of, but again, the caffeine that's coming from ours is a healthy source. It's natural, which is different than, again, some of the other sources that are out there. So does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. No problem. Good question though. All right. And just kind of comparing, people always are familiar with your Gatorade as your Powerades. And yes, there's lots of those in the market today. And if you look at what's in them, generally it's not nutrition. It's basically an imbalance of electrolytes, which causes you to actually be thirstier. And it also has in artificial colors and flavors. And a lot of times the preservatives that are used in there are pretty nasty. So you can see here, range from Gatorade, depends if you purchase it in bulk compared to going to like a gas station somewhere, 50 cents to $2. And a serving of our Hydrate Plus costs about $1. And again, from a health standpoint, the Hydrate Plus is tremendously better. And I love too that it's a powder, so you can mix it yourself. So if you like things stronger or weaker, you can add more or less depending on the flavor you want. This is also a great thing to keep on hand. And let's hope we're starting to move out of the season. But with the flu, if you tend to ever get sick, hopefully we don't have that happen. But hydration, again, very important. And if you happen to throw up, you need to get those electrolytes. So this is a great product to keep on hand for that too. We like to make those into popsicles too during the summer, and it's a good thing also to have on hand for if you're not feeling well, another way to get those electrolytes. So, and then our next area is actually during your workout. We looked at hydrating, but now we need to look at the recovery process of what happens after our workout. And recovery, I think that as a personal trainer and being in this industry for a very long time, I think the 2 biggest reasons I hear people with exercising are, number one, they're too busy, or number two, they don't like to be sore. So when you look at options to help us not be so sore, this is an incredible option because of the fact that it really does help with, I think we got a little static here from somebody. I'm not sure who it is. You guys hear that? Okay.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Huh, maybe it's me. I hope not. But we want to look at that delayed onset muscle soreness. So we're trying to reduce that. So some people, they get sore, right away after the workout. Some people it's 24 hours, but all the way up to 72 hours, people can continue to feel, aches and pains and just not feel like they want to do anything. And if we can improve the recovery time, it's going to be that much more enjoyable to start your next workout. And what is in this is a combination of a protein carb blend. And I'm going to show you in a second here the study that proves how it actually works better than using a straight carbohydrate source as a recovery drink. But this will help with building lean muscles and helping to basically get the oxygen back into your muscles faster to help them repair. So, and again, if you ever looked at some of the products that are out there for recovery, there are a lot of them out there, but none of them are actually scientifically proven. And that is, again, what's very different here. And this does not have in there any steroid stimulant. It does not cause dehydration, which many products, that's also what it will do. It'll cause you to swell. It increases your water, or it decreases and allows you to, your liver actually can shut down from some of the products that are out there for recovery. So they can be very dangerous, and nothing synthetic or artificial. And this is just a comparison of showing our Build Plus to a common product that's out there, which is called Muscle Milk. And you find this in almost any store nowadays. I think they even have it at Walgreens. It's very, very common. And if you look at the labels, and I know there's a lot of information on the slide here, but basically the Build Plus is the perfect combination of, again, the protein and carb balance to help with improving your ability for your muscles to get what they need faster, and also help with building muscle and maintaining it, where Muscle Milk has nothing in there as far as a balance. If you look at, the combination of what's in there from that protein, carb, fat balance is very, very off in what should be for focusing on muscle repair and recovery. And I can tell you, I have clients that absolutely swear by this stuff, especially for competitions or things when they know they're in really hard modes of training, that they have a tough workout. You drink this, even ourselves, I always bring up when, we do a long run or something. If I have this afterwards, it's amazing the difference of how much better I feel the next day compared to if I didn't. And it just goes to show that, again, there are options out there that are healthy and that are good for us. I should also add, too, I have a lot of people that use the Build Plus after surgery. So to help with repair, if you've, had some work done, obviously, that tore muscles, or, that had to go in, it definitely will help also with your recovery time from a surgery or something, again, that was maybe traumatic that you're trying to heal from. Now, there is also another source for after you work out, and that's just a plain Build protein. So the difference between the two, this isn't me using amino acids. This is a straight grass-fed whey. And basically, when you exercise, you break down muscle fibers, which that's the whole idea. But we want to try to help get in the right protein within 30 to 60 minutes of exercise to help with that rebuilding process. And this is going to be a lower calorie option. It helps to, again, with the repair process. So this is, again, a great product that I've really been happy with. Now, if you're trying to actually build muscle and you're trying to bulk up, I would recommend the Build Plus and use that after, and then again within 2 hours to help with, again, being able to build more mass. So can be used for several different purposes. But here's a quick comparison of showing what happens here, guys. If you're drinking water compared to if you're drinking hydrate. If you're drinking a hydrate, it actually repairs and helps to rehydrate you much faster than water. So this gets right into your stomach and will help to get into your bloodstream very fast. Again, faster than water. So I even have people that use this that are diabetics, that they love the fact that it can raise their blood sugar very quickly, but it doesn't cause them to go out of control into that high range, which again, you get jittery, you crash. This just creates the right spike, but lasts for, if you see over here, a workout duration of over 2 hours. And then we look at our Build Plus here, and showing the recovery mode here of what happens from using carbohydrates to using your, sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it here real fast because it is pretty loud on my end here. Sorry, here, hang on real fast. Keep losing my screen. It's not cooperating. Okay, I'm going to mute you guys, but I'll unmute you here in a second. Okay, so our Build Plus here, if you look at using protein versus carbohydrate versus using a blend, and again, this is using right after you work out within about a half an hour of how your muscle energy levels can over quadruple in the amount of how quickly it recovers. So again, love the Build Plus for helping to repair. And one other option after recover or after you work out is our Recover, which is actually in a capsule formula. And this is one that we use generally to take right before bed. And the Recover is a great product because it has multi-purposes also. And the main ingredient in there is tart cherry extract. So if you've heard any of the latest research on using cherries for helping with inflammation, this is an excellent product because it will help with maximizing your muscle soreness. But it also helps with pain relief. So it has in there also something called Boswellia, which is also in another Shaklee product we have. It's called Pain Relief Complex. But it will help with the ability to, again, get the inflammation out. But even people, if you know anybody that has like arthritis or some joint issues, like when they wake up first thing in the morning, how they're stiff and they're sore. Fibromyalgia is another common one. This is amazing to take before bed because it will actually help you feel better when you get up in the morning first thing. So, and it will help you sleep. So tart cherry juice has been found to have similar benefit to melatonin. So, you know, if you know anybody that uses that to help them sleep, this may be another option that, again, it's not addicting, but love the fact that, again, helps sleep, but also helps with inflammation and recovery. Now, there's two different package options. If you're like, I don't know where to start, and this seems like a lot of information, it's great that they've designed two different packages. One is going to be more for just our everyday, hey, I like to work out occasionally. I'm not necessarily training for marathon. I'm not out there doing these major races and things, but just to help with fueling my body and resources that can help me for improved performance. This is going to be your performance pack. And you can see here, it covers the main 4 products from recovery to building to hydrating to energizing. And it breaks down to be about $120. Now this depends, you know, how often you use it, but most of us, this is going to last well over a month if you're using it every single day. So it's nice that it will give you a lot for a long period of time. The next package is going to be more, again, for your higher intensity, longer duration, more of your endurance type focus. So these are going to be your Energize Plus products with your Hydrate Plus, your Build Plus, and your Recover. And the price for that one breaks down to be just about $145 is the member price. Now, some other just quick things to mention here. This is, you know, we look at protein, and I know Dave and Dana, who we just, I think, just lost them. But protein is one of the things that is crucial to helping us with our bodies. And not even if, again, we're trying to do workout focus type recovery, but just for everyday rebuilding. So this just goes to show you that there's a lot of options. We have everything from, you know, non-soy options to all of our soy is non-GMO, but to just plain soy protein to dairy-based options. And even there's a vegan option that is our plain and simple. So there's pouch options for bigger families. You know, it's nice that, again, really there is an option for everyone. And the protein is great too because we can use it for multi-uses. So we like to make different things with it, including, you know, trail mixes. We make muffins with it. We do granola. We put it obviously in smoothies all the time. That's a great one. But it's fun to see that, again, your protein options are limitless. So you don't have to worry about getting bored because there's so much you can do with it.
Amanda, Emmy just made some protein balls this afternoon, and we were just snacking on a couple, actually. So, but she likes to take those with her to like gymnastics to have beforehand, and also during school she takes some.
Great, thanks. Yes, it is. They are, and they're so good, you know, and it's
and she made them herself. She knows, you know, the recipe and how to make them, and yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. And no baking. It's even better by using the oven. Well, it's perfect. Thanks. That's, yeah. And I think too, you know, again, we can all use more healthy snack options. So it's good to know that those are super fast and you can get tons of variety and nutrition in those. So Again, we have lots of different people that use these products, and it's great too that we know people that often are looking for options of new sports products and great options that are actually safe, whether you maybe know, just some soccer moms, maybe some massage therapists or some coaches. And this is an awesome thing to be able to share with people too. And it's exciting to know that with Shaklee, really, there's 2 ways that you can be involved. So you never have to worry if you choose to just become a member and you just want to use the products, and you could do that for the rest of your life just by, starting as a basic member, or you also have the opportunity to share. Like I mentioned, if you know some people that you think this could be interesting to them, you obviously could become a distributor, and that just allows you to be able to then be able to actually get money towards purchases. And whether you're trying to earn products or, again, you want to be able to share this more, that is a great option too. And just want to quickly share here, and then I'll have Dave and Dana and Tara if they have anything to add on here at the end. But there's a few different specials that I wanted to be sure we highlight. One of them right now is if you do the Shaklee Health Print, and I'm gonna make sure, if Dave, you don't mind, we're done here, that you post the link to your guys' health print on your guys' event page there. But if you fill out the health print and you choose the goal, number 1, you get you 3 different goals you could choose from. Pick maximize your athletic performance as your number 1 goal. And if you're not a member, you get a free membership. You also get a free product, and you get free shipping on your order. So this is a great way if you're thinking of starting with either of those packages I mentioned, to be able to get some freebies with that, to get the free shipping and the free product. And by the way, Dave and Dana, if you guys have never done that either, everybody can use this one time. So if you've never ordered from Health Print, it's a great deal. So. And then also for March, we talked about the protein there, using that, in other ways just beyond sports. But Shaklee's offering for this month only $20 off from this combination, which was the vitamin strip we mentioned at the very beginning, and the meal replacement, the protein drink. So this would cover you for a month's supply of your breakfast and your vitamins that are time released. And again, very great, simple way to start your day, and again, a great value. So $20 off, and again, for this month, which is National Nutrition Month only. So the last thing we're going to mention here is, if you're willing to share this with other people, that if you'll be willing to host either in person or online an event with 3 people, we'll give you a free hydrate for sharing this with other people. So, all right, we just covered a lot. So, okay, guys, I'm going to open up first. Dave and Dana and Tara, anything you guys want to add or mention?
I would say we use the Recover capsules. Just the other day, Owen, who is a swimmer, went snowboarding for the day and used a lot of muscles that he does not normally use, and he was very sore when he came home. So we gave him some of that, and he actually felt a lot better the very next day. I use the Build when I run. So right now I'm training for a half marathon, and it's body training at best. And so I'll go out for 5 or 6 miles, not consistently. And so one would think I would be pretty sore, but I've been using the Build right after I run. And I think that's been actually really helping, because as much as I want to be a consistent workout person, life just gets in the way and it doesn't happen. So, but I think these products are helping me to be able to still reach the goals that I have. And I have not been sore. And I just think that it's been really helpful. So.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Great.
I also have to add that Emmy was just reminding me that she used the Recover last week, and that she was having some pain in her foot from gymnastics. Her Achilles is kind of been one of those things that have been hurting her. And then her muscle and her shoulders were sore. So she used that, and she felt a difference in the morning. So, and she wants to say that she likes it in applesauce.
Good tip, Emmy. That's awesome. I'll add too that I know Mason right now, again, they're in a wrestling tournament right now, but this whole season, he's lost 1 match, and he swears by the energy chew right before he has a match. And now almost at least 4 of his teammates now are like, I need one of those chews because I think I'll win. So I'm like, hey, if it gives you the extra edge, go for it. It's an awesome thing to have. And also he had a spleen injury not too long ago, and this is not a sports product, but we have something called Herblex that he's been having a lot of issues with constipation since he had that injury. And, I feel good giving him that I know it's not going to be causing, any harm from using something, again, herbal based versus over the counter and synthetic. So, it's great. We have just so many options. And I'll also mention too, one of my clients who's 76, she has a lot of joint issues, and you're mentioning that Recover, and she would wake up at least 2 or 3 times a night with different aches and pains in her joints. And since she started that Recover, she's had a solid month of not waking up one time with any issues with pain. So, awesome. Again, so many different uses for it too. So thanks, guys. All right. Now, any questions from you guys? Was it helpful?
You have to take them off mute.
Oh, yeah, it would help. Sorry. You keep talking. Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, now you can talk.
No, I don't have any questions.
No.
It was helpful.
Yeah, good information.
Great. All right. Dawn, you have anything? You're not muted. Uh-oh, I don't see your phone symbol there, though. Okay. I guess that means she doesn't have any questions. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. But if you think of anything, Dave and Dana are there. And if you have any questions, obviously myself and Tara, we're happy to help you too. So thanks for joining us, though, guys. Have a great Sunday. Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.